shout that I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming out.
Hello, my beautiful sisters over 40 out there. I'm so glad you're here today. My name is Nita, and I want to welcome you to today's episode. Your silence is not weakness. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for today's episode. Your silence is not weakness. You understand that? So, I don't care what anybody have said to you, but your silence is not weakness. I am so excited that you're here. I see and honor the courage it takes for you to continue to show up for yourself in this season. Yes, I do see you. I don't know who doesn't see you, but I see you. And I can assure you that this space is a safe space where women from all over the world will learn and grow together. Yes. So I'm going to ask you to do me two favors. Put your name in the comment section. And please let me know where you're tuning in from, because I want to properly acknowledge you for spending your precious time with me today. Please. Also, I want you to know that I have a gift for those of you who stay until the end. So stay until the end. It's a copy of Eat Feel for Breakfast. It's a devotional journal that will help you break free and step boldly into your God-given purpose. Yes, so don't miss out. Don't miss out. So stay with me. Stay with me. I am really excited about today. This topic is truly near and dear into my heart because I see it all the time. I see it all the time where people take your silence for weakness. So today, I want to talk to you about your silence is not weakness. It's actually power. You thought I was still. You thought I was weak. What you didn't know is that God was walking. Actually, God was working. That's the part you didn't know. That's the part you miss. When I looked weak, when I was silent, God was working. Let me tell you something clearly and hear me out. Silence is not weakness, but people will often mistake it that way. They look at you and think you are passive. They think you are slow. They'll think they can overlook you or even push you. They'll push you over. And I've learned something. I don't mind being underestimated. I don't mind at all. Because what people do not understand is this. What looks like silence is not inaction. It's alignment. I may be slow to speak. I may be slow to react, slow to respond, but that is not weakness. Hear me. That is not weakness. That's control being released. Because when you release control, you create space for God to move. So in other words, you get out of God's way. Too often, we stand in God's way and wonder why nothing is happening. Well, could you move over? Could you step out of his way? You see? I don't have to panic. I don't have to react. I don't even have to move. Just because someone else says to move, I'm not a puppet. I don't just dance because somebody pushed my buttons and tell me to dance. Because I know who is in control. And when you know who's in control, you don't need validation. No, you don't. You stop performing for people. You stop needing an audience. You stop worrying about what others think. You stop because your confidence no longer, it's no longer coming from people. It's actually coming from God. It's no longer coming from people, it's coming from God. And this is what I call a rebirth shift. So there's a shift. While most people are worrying about what other people think, you don't. Whatever other people think is irrelevant. You are more worried about what God think, what he says about you. And in the Bible, God says we are more precious than rubies. Hear me out. This is a beautiful thing. And when you know what your God says about you, you're not worried about what other people think about you. You see? So where you stop acting, you stop reacting, and you start trusting. This is a space where you stop chasing and start aligning, where you stop trying to control everything. You see, the problem is we try to control things, but at the end of the day, we know deep down we are not in control. So the longer you want to try to control, to stay in control, it's almost like you're delaying God working in your life, working through you. So when you stop and you know that God is in control, you begin to walk by faith. Yes. Silence does not mean nothing is happening. It means something deeper is happening. So just because you don't see movement does not mean God is not working. On the contrary, that's when he's moving. He is working in ways you cannot see. He is preparing things you don't yet understand. He is covering you, even when it looks quiet. As a matter of fact, in those quiet moments, that's where God does most of his work. When it's quiet, when everybody think they got you fooled, they got you cornered, and God is looking at them and say, you have no idea. I've been working all along. And when you truly understand that, you move differently. You don't rush. You don't panic. You don't react out of fear. You trust. And there's peace in that. There's peace in knowing. So you see, years ago, I remember being in a situation where a coworker of mine challenged me in front of a couple colleagues. And it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So he challenged me. I carried myself with dignity and integrity, as I usually did, because I knew this secret. People try to challenge you. They try to push your buttons to get you to react, to get you to act out of character, to get you to act emotionally. Therefore, you will tarnish your reputation. But you don't have to let them. You don't. No, you don't. So you see, I, my girlfriend who witnessed the interaction, because she doesn't know the secret that I knew, right? She came to me and she said, Nita, you know what I've noticed about you? You let people walk all over you. You should have checked him in front of everyone. So I told her, you see, that's the difference between you and I. So you see, you worried about the audience. What I did, I handled the situation privately. And I don't perform for an audience. And that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted me to be emotional so I could act out of character. But I can promise you, after the conversation I had with him privately, it will never, ever happen again. So you see, when you don't act for an audience, you earn respect. That individual without an audience, usually they are weak. Because I remember talking to him. I said, I do not know what made you think you could talk to me the way you talked to me back there. Have I done anything to make you believe that I would be disrespected? Because we are colleagues, I did not want to talk publicly. I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that this will not happen again, because next time I will embarrass you. I promise you that. This time I let it go. But make no mistakes about it. I'm no pushover. No one pushes me over. And I'm giving you a warning because maybe you don't know who I am. So I don't know what's going on with you. I want you to know your silence is not weakness. Your stillness is not failure. Your waiting is not wasted. As you go on this week, remember that it is already covered. You are not behind. You are being prepared. And this is your journey from pressure to pearl. So in closing, if this resonates with you, book a clarity call with me. This is exactly the work we do inside Madame Pearl. Learning how to trust, how to align, and how to move with purpose. I will leave you with a couple scriptures that have helped me over the years. In Proverbs 13:3, it says, whoever guards his mouth preserves his or her life. But whoever opens wide his or her lips comes to ruin. Also in Isaiah 30:15, he says, for thus saith the Lord God, the holy God of Israel, in returning and rest, you shall be saved. In quietness and in trust shall be your strength. But you are unwilling. You see, it's about your willingness. Your willingness. So what is it going to be this week? I challenge you this week. When someone pushes your buttons, think about what we talk about today. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to lash back, to let your emotions get the best of you? Let them underestimate you. Let them underestimate you. Remember that God is fighting for you. He's fighting for you. He's in control. So let them think you are weak. Let them take your silence for weakness. Let them take your kindness for weakness. Because in the end, God has the last word. Aren't you glad? Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you very much. And you have a blessed week. And I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.